Welcome. So we've got a bit of an update on our upcoming Comic-Con adventure. We just recently moved in our retro gaming, studio desk in this previously empty back room. This is where we did the dice drop. Disappointingly enough, I was correct with these X-Men comic books. Many of them just aren't worth that much, probably not worth getting graded. I'm pretty sure the cost of getting it graded and shipped out and sealed would end up being more than the book is worth currently. And we were attempting to be crafty and attach those things to those shoes there, but they kept falling off for silly cosplay that we'll be doing. So it was only a few days ago that our amazing friend Mel, hello Basil, we got a message from him, and it was just like, so hey, what names do you want on your badges? So that confirmed it. I am going. I always hold out to the last minute until I'm just like 100% completely sure that I'm going. And that confirmed it. So the excitement level is quadrupled. He did mention, though, that he said, if he's not going, he asked if I could get some signatures for him. And I said, of course I would, no problem whatsoever. I've done those kind of things in the past when he attended, because he's got a table to sit at and he has to sling his wares. And yeah, Comic-Con for free, I just got to gather some signatures, come on. So that'll be fun. They posted all the panels that are going on. There's some incredible panels that I'm looking forward to attending. One of which is the one I try to go to every year, is the World's Worst Cartoons. It's always really fun. And right afterwards is the Spike and Mike's panel. And Chuck Tingle apparently has a panel, which I'd be happy to attend. He appeared at Troma's panel a few years back at the previous Comic-Con. And I did not see a panel for Troma, which is disappointing, but I'm sure the Tingle panel will make up for it. I am feeling rather guilty. I've been kind of beating myself up over it, and I know I shouldn't. I'll try to make it up. But prior to early this summer, like the beginning of, the end of spring, maybe, we were pondering if, Comic-Con was going to be a thing. And we had an idea that maybe it would be happening, maybe not. Either way, I was wanting to kind of get a lock on things before the Hotel Armageddon. And we were searching out people to go with to help supplement the cost. And we asked this one gentleman, and we did clarify to him, I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to be going. But right now, I'm putting together a receipt of what the possible hotel and car rental will be. And he was down, he was all for it. And about a week later, I approached him with the a possible receipt for a hotel, and a hotel I really, really wanted to get, which is why I was trying to jump on it so early. It's an amazing place called the Hercor Hotel in Chula Vista, and you're just able to take a trolley from there to the convention center. And he kind of scoffed at it. And he's like, what? No, that's too expensive. I'm a very, very, very thrifty person. And I explained to him, you're going to Comic-Con for free. I'm not charging you for the badge. The badges were given to me. Why would I charge for it? So you're getting a full ride at Comic-Con, and that's upwards of maybe $1,300. And I was just like, this really shouldn't matter. And he's like, well, I'm going to look for something on my own or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. So that essentially locked me out of finding a hotel because I was waiting for him. And I never heard from him. So a few months later, and I've already expressed this in another video, I was at a convention. Friend Mel was there, and I gave him a ride home, and that's when he mentions to me if I want to go to Comic-Con. And I'm like, yes, that's amazing. This was on Mother's Day, the day before the tickets were even put up for sale. So I jumped in, barely beat the Hotel Mageddon, got a place that I'd been to before. It still wasn't the place I wanted because they were sold out. And I was at a little mini toy convention, and I see my friend there, and he's like, where have you been? I've been trying to call you, whatever, blah, blah, all sort of stuff like that. And I screen all my calls. I never answered the phone. And I was like, did you leave a message? Obviously he didn't. And I guess he had locked down a pretty convenient Airbnb. And, I had to tell him, I'm sorry, dude, but I've already got everything locked in. And he seemed cool by it. He said, well, I can go another year or whatever. And I was like, cool, man, I'm sorry. I did apologize. Didn't mean to overhype things. But I feel very guilty. I'm hoping to catch him at his work and maybe see if there's something I can gather for him at Comic-Con. But I'm really excited. This is going to be a much needed vacation, I guess you could call it. Mattel is going to be showing off their new line of the Masters of the Universe, and I believe they're going to have a panel in Hall H. Maybe not. No, that's Kevin Smith. He's doing a Motu panel in Hall H. There's a ton of this year. If there was any year where I could attend Hall H, it would be this one. There's some cool stuff going on there this year. But I get FOMO, which I think means fear of missing out. So, standing in line for hours at a time and missing whatever's going on, because there is so much going on, whether it be on the floor or outside the convention, there's always something happening. And I know I can't do all of that stuff at once, or even half of it, or a quarter of it. And then, you go back to your hotel room at night and you see everything that you missed. But maybe one of these years I'll try to do Hall H. But I like experiencing as much as I can. And we will be taking along someone who had never been there before. So that'll be exciting. I like seeing people's reaction when they walk up to the building, see the lines, and go to the floor, or they're surprised at panels when a celebrity walks out or something like that, getting something signed. This will be fun. I will attempt to do floor videos. I do want to get a video of me at ChessX. I haven't looked at the floor plan yet. ChessX has always been there every year I've gone. So I'm pretty positive they're going to be there. So that's one of the few things left I have to do. I need to get a phone that can be activated just for the trip. There's a few consumables that I'll be making as far as snacks and things to keep me going. I was kind of wanting to get a new pair of shoes or some other stuff, but I've been trying to hold back. There's been 2 or 3 mini-cons that have been going on in my area, and I've had to hold back quite a bit for that as well. But hopefully I'll come back with a ton of cool things. Usually when I get home, when I get back to my hotel, every day I'll do a kind of like a what's in my bag, and I'll show the things that I got. maybe tell a story how I acquired it. There's an artist there named Digger Hayes who does these free little sketches on these 3x5 cards. And I'm hoping he's going to be there this year. He's a brilliant artist, and I've got every single card he's ever drawn for us. And I hope this doesn't come across as bragging. I like sharing. And there's not many that I can share this with. Hopefully I'll make some new friends this year at Comic-Con, and I do look forward to seeing some old friends. The vendors, this brilliant, beautiful, and kind couple, Daniel and Donna at Steam Crow. I've been a patron of theirs for quite some time, probably over 10 years. First ran into them at WonderCon when it was still in Oakland. And John Pellico and his wife, I always forget her name. They're an older couple, but he does these brilliant art pieces called Killer Pumpkins. I have quite a few of his pieces on my wall, as well as Steam Crow. And a couple times he's called me son. He's like, you're like my son, right? Because I found that, I've mentioned this before, there's going to be some convention burnout from attendees and from vendors, but I've always found it to be kind of, I don't want to say profitable. It's worth it to go out of your way for some of these vendors. If it's just, being nice or not being too invasive. In my case, if I see someone that looks miserable or what have you, I'll ask them, how's your day going? Are things okay? And they'll be like, well, this is happening and I have to stay here and I can't do this, but I need to get this or whatever. And I'll tell them, I'll do it for you. And they'll be like, no. And I'll do it anyway. I'll go to Starbucks or whatever they were craving, come back to the table and, give them something. And a lot of times they give me something back. And if they don't, that's okay too. They're very grateful and, they're kind and they're nice about it. And sometimes I'll see them throughout the days I'm there, and maybe they'll give me something. Well, I'll see them next year, and they'll still remember me. And it just kind of became a thing I would do. I would go to these certain vendors, these vendors that know that I'm more than willing to help them out. And in return, sometimes they're like that with me too. I'll get a discount, or I'll get a little something extra when I buy something, or something like that. And yeah, you'll run into a lot of vendors that are just, they've had it. They're completely miserable and they're pissy. And the best thing to do in those situations is just not react. Show a little compassion. And if they're not, if they're not returning any kindness, that's fine too. I don't do it for that. I'm just trying to make the day a little better. Because I've always been under the impression that magical things happen at Comic-Con, and they always have. I could prattle off about a number of situations where something amazing has occurred. And, this is at Comic-Con. It's a magical place to me. And I am entirely and completely grateful. And I know I've said it already, but even if my friend decided that he didn't want to go, or he was part of the fallout of someone's hate campaign, I would be fine with that. The guy's done me a solid for 10 years now. 10 years going to Comic-Con for free. That's brilliant. Actually, 7. The first 2 I had to pay for. But either way, that's amazing. It's totally amazing. And that's what gratitude does. It makes you okay with things. And it shows the person that you appreciate them. So I guess this turned more into a rant about being grateful. But I'm entirely lucky, very fortunate, that I'm able to do this. And I hope that I can provide content or whatever to share my experience. We will be there on preview night, so hopefully there won't be too many people there. That's usually the day where I just scour the floor. There's no panels that day. If there are, there are very few of them. but I'll scour the floor, look for cool things. Usually hit up Capcom, Blizzard, Cryptozoic, one of my favorite board game publishers, and they also do really cool vinyls. And they always have outdoor experiences and things like that, so I'll try to devote one of the days to that too. This is exciting. This is very exciting, and I'm very fortunate. And I hope someday, you know, I can share some of this good fortune. I mean, I guess technically I am. Yeah, you know, I could just grab some acquaintance or whatever and say, hey, you want to go to Comic-Con? Pay me this much. But, you know, the passes were given to me in good faith. I'm not going to try to undercut someone's kindness or try to profit off of it. That's why they started calling Comic-Con FlipperCon. You got a lot of people that go there just to track down an exclusive and buy as many as they can and then sell it on eBay. I'm reading a lot of posts from people saying, oh, I'm not going to go, COVID and this kind of thing or whatever. And maybe that'll bring the attendance down a bit. I kind of hope it does, but I'm already seeing things being sold out and that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Very excited. Incredibly fortunate. I do hope I can share some of the experience with you. I will also be doing a few on-the-road videos at the 1 or 2 stops we make along the way. This is brilliant. I'm very lucky. Thank you. Stay healthy. Always be kind.